Hi, this is Mark from eReplacementParts.com. Today we're going to show you how to install trimmer line on 3 different styles of trimmers. We have a single line trimmer, a double line trimmer, and a new very innovative trimmer head that doesn't require any disassembly to install the new line. We'll show you how to install line on all 3 types now. The first trimmer we're going to take a look at is the single line trimmer head. The first thing we'll need to do is remove the cap on the trimmer head. That just unscrews. I'll set that aside. Then the spool comes off. On the spool, inside there's a little hole, and that's a place to start the trimmer line. That'll hold it in place while we wrap it. You'll also notice on the spool there's a couple of arrows. These tell us the direction that the line needs to be wrapped. So we'll take our piece of trimmer line, insert it into that hole to get it started, wrap the direction of the arrows, just like that. And you'll notice as I wrap the line, I try to keep it as much in rows as possible. The straighter you wrap your line, the more likely that it'll feed from the trimmer head properly. If you don't take a little care while you do this, your line will bind up in the trimmer head and you'll have to stop, pull it out of the head, and restart while you're trimming. So there, we've got the line wrapped around. There's a little retainer on the side of the spool to hold the line while we feed it into the trimmer head. So with the line on there, I'll go ahead and reinstall the spool. I'm lining it up with the slot on the outer portion of the trimmer head, just like that. Pull the line through and reattach the retaining cap. And this one's ready for trimming. Now we'll take a look at the double line trimmer head. It works very similar to the single line head, but with just 2 lines. So again, we'll start by removing the retaining cap. That just unscrews again. Pull out the spool. You'll see on this spool, same idea, but now there's 2 channels for 2 different lines. And again, 2 holes to start the line. And just like before, it does tell us which direction to wrap the line. On this head, I found it's very important to have nice clean cuts on the end of your trimmer line. In fact, I even like to cut them at a slight angle. It just makes it easier to feed them into the holes on the trimmer head. So there's both pieces we'll use, cut at an angle. Now we'll insert the line into the starting holes on the spool. One like that, and the other side. Line the line just like before, the direction that the trimmer head tells us. And again, keep the line as straight as possible in those channels so that it feeds properly later. Again, there's a little retainer to hold one of our lines while we wrap the other side. Now I'm going to hold the lines 180 degrees apart from each other. That corresponds with the eyelets on the trimmer head being 180 degrees apart. And we'll install the spool by first putting the line through those eyelets, one side and then the other. Just like that. And then install the spool onto the trimmer head. Like that. With that installed, we can put the retainer back on. And your 2-line trimmer head is ready to go. Now we're going to look at the speed feed trimmer head. I really like this trimmer head. The thing that makes it so neat is you don't have to disassemble it to install your trimmer line. It makes changing your line very, very fast. To install it, the first thing you need to do is there's some arrows on the top cap of the trimmer head. See them right there. You need to rotate the cap around so that the arrows line up with the eyelets. When you do that, you'll be able to see light right through the trimmer head if you look in through the eyelet. Now, take this trimmer line, put it through one eyelet, and it'll come out through the other side. Now we need to even up the lines. So I just pull the line through the trimmer head until I have equal amounts out both sides. Just like that. Now I go back to the trimmer head and just simply turn this top ring. As I turn this, it's pulling the line into the trimmer head and loading itself. And this trimmer head's ready to go. And that's how to install trimmer line on 3 different styles of trimmer heads. Installing trimmer line can be a very time-consuming process, but I hope that our video has made that a little bit easier.